Folks. Um, this is game time. Okay, this is sort of a happening right now kind of thing, um, and it's the kind of thing that I think basically puts everybody watching this in a position of making a decision about whether they're just going to continue to watch or whether they're going to get involved. All right, there is a gentleman um, who has just been confirmed to be the Secretary of the Commonwealth. Okay, so basically, what that means is we're putting him in charge of the elections for the state of Pennsylvania. This guy's name is Al Schmidt. Al Schmidt's another one of these dudes who claims to be a Republican. I am increasingly mystified as to what the hell that is supposed to mean. Al, while he was supposedly a Republican, is the guy who most famously was in Philadelphia, was running their elections in Philadelphia during 2020. I think Philly widely considered to have the most corrupt electoral process in the Commonwealth. When there's this outcry following the 2020 election about just a stack of issues, this guy, Mr. Al Schmidt, alleged Republican, is famous for having announced that there were nothing but free and fair elections, and then having jumped up on the podium, smiling and grinning next to Governor Wolf, and decrying the fact that mean people were doubting his integrity and questioning him. This is a guy who has sold us out, whose integrity is, I was going to say questionable. It's not questionable. I mean, there is no integrity. Okay. This is a guy that we all consider to be like the last person on earth you would put in this position. Earlier today, the Pennsylvania Senate committee, considering his nomination, he was already in this position acting, but he needed to be confirmed. The committee that would have to do that voted to support that nomination, voted him out of committee, voted to send that nomination to the floor. The only person in that committee that stood up and voted against this guy, Doug Mastriano. That was predictable enough. The only guy who could find a spine to stand up to this was Doug Mastriano. This committee, by the way, is run by, the chairman is Chris Dush, who is famous for telling us all of the time how he's going to stand with us, supports us. By the way, last time I checked, theoretically was still investigating the 2020 election. So Chairman Chris Dush, PA Senator, pushed this thing out of committee today. And then, classic Harrisburg, this thing went from having been voted out of committee earlier today to a floor vote on the floor of the PA Senate. Just happened. Just really minutes ago, vote took place. Grand total of all the Republican senators in the body, in the Senate, which is under Republican control, a grand total of 3 senators voted against it. That included Mastriano, Coleman, and I'm still trying to confirm the name of the 3rd Republican senator who apparently still has integrity. But everybody else, including Senator Chris Dush, decided to support this. Okay. So this guy, the man who gave us the 2020 elections in Philadelphia, now has the opportunity to bring that same system to the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, courtesy of a Pennsylvania Senate controlled by the Republican Party. Again, I am increasingly mystified as to what that term Republican means in these circumstances. So everybody ought to be outraged. Everybody ought to be talking to their Republican senators. But look, let's just start with the guy who was the chairman of the committee that started this ball rolling earlier today. That would be Chris Dush. So here's his email: cdush@pasen.gov. That's DUSH@PACEN.gov. So I spell for the vets out there: Charlie Delta Uniform Sierra Hotel at Papa Alpha Sierra Echo November Golf Oscar Victor. cdush@pacen.gov. How about everybody listening to this sends an email to Chairman Dush and then asks everybody they know to send an email to Chairman Dush and ask him exactly what the heck is going on that you have put this guy in charge, put him into this incredibly significant position in the run-up to the 2024 elections. How about we all do that? Online, by the way, you see I keep posting the flyer about the event in Mercer County. I will be in Mercer County tomorrow night talking to patriot groups out there. I invite everybody to check out the flyer that's online, Pennsylvania Patriot Coalition website and the Facebook page. Check it out. Everybody show up. This is outrageous, people. I mean, this is, again, that's why I said going into this. This is a defining moment, right? I mean, we've been facing these off and on at sort of regular intervals ever since the birth of the Republic. So, make your call. You can sit at home and just be annoyed, or you could actually stand up and do something and let everybody that just voted to do this know that you're going to hold them accountable at the next election. Thank you very much.